What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video I will be reviewing chapter 52 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. This is the first chapter that Kishimono is the head writer of for the Boruto Naruto Next Generations manga. In case you didn't know, Kishimono, he took back control of the writing position, and he's the creator and he was the writer of Naruto. And on the first page, on the color page, we got a color page of Naruto, a color cover page, and it actually says creator slash supervisor Masashi Kishimono and art Ikimono. So it doesn't actually say writer, it just says creator slash supervisor, but we know he is the writer. And of course Kodachi is no longer, apparently he's no longer part of the manga. So this chapter, I'm gonna give you the rundown, give you my thoughts and opinions and my rating for the chapter. So the chapter started off pretty much with Naruto in his new form, and Sasuke noted how tremendous his chakra was. And what happened was he basically started fighting Ishiki, and every time he hit Ishiki, Ishiki's life was going down. His lifespan was decreasing every time Naruto hit him. So each hit from Naruto decreased Ishiki's lifespan, and it went from he said it was initially supposed to be he was initially supposed to have 20 hours left, but Naruto decreased it all the way down to 10 minutes by the end of the chapter. And what Kurama, he explained the transformation that Naruto got, and he said think of it like nuclear fusion. It's a similar principle to how the sun produces energy. Nuclear fusion. What's that? Never mind the theory. Doesn't matter. My chakra and yours serving as the kernels to produce a whole other new type of energy. That's all. So Naruto and Kurama's chakra are basically producing a different type of energy. That's what the power was. And both of their chakras, and also both of them would die in this process as well. Kurama once again repeated that from last month's chapter, where he said this transformation will kill you, Naruto, and him and Naruto will end up dying from this transformation. So yeah, so basically Kurama, he basically explained, basically the bulk of this chapter was Kurama explaining to Naruto what the transformation was, and Naruto using the power of this new transformation. And Sasuke was even impressed. He was kind of actually shocked. He was like, unbelievable. Naruto is beating Ishiki. And that was unbelievable to Sasuke because, of course, previously Ishiki was beating both Naruto and Sasuke. But now with this new transformation, Naruto was actually capable of beating him up and stuff. Ishiki tried to use his cubes. Well, most of the fighting was taijutsu, hand-to-hand combat. But Ishiki tried to use his giant cubes from the dimension of his, that dimension he pulls objects out of. He tried to use his cubes from that dimension. That didn't work. Naruto pushed him back with those arms on his back. Well, actually, these are more like tails, like those spiral tails that's coming out of his back. And he was able to push off Ishiki's cubes, throw them back at him. Ishiki also, his rods that he can shrink, he can make larger. He also gets that from his dimension, and at first they appear super tiny, and then he can turn them back to full size. Sasuke said it was even hard for him to track that with a Sharingan, but Naruto was able to counter that as well. Yeah, so yeah, he was able to stop those high speed rods as well. And also they was talking about Kawaki was talking about, well, Amado and Kawaki were talking about the arm and how Amado was gonna replace it. That was gonna be his first That was gonna be the first thing he did when things went back to normal, is what Amato said. And Kawaki sensed something was off with Naruto's arm, and he sensed that Naruto's, the arm, well, not Naruto's arm, but the arm that Naruto gave him that's connected to Naruto's chakra. He sensed that it was weakening, and Sasuke had to get Boruto out of the way right when Naruto started fighting Ishiki. So that was another thing. Boruto, was starting to go unconscious, and from what the Boro fight showed us is that when Boruto is going unconscious, whether that be him getting knocked out, or actually I think he was basically probably low on energy at this point, probably had, because he used up a lot of chakra, and he had ended up, just like in a Boro fight, he ended up going unconscious. And when he went unconscious, Momoshiki was able to take control of his body, and when he did that, the Byakugan appeared. A lot of people are still acting like this is the Jogan. They're still under the impression that this is the Jogan, but Sarada actually confirmed herself that Boruto's eye was the Byakugan. Sarada knows what the Byakugan is. She have seen a Byakugan before, obviously. She knows what the Byakugan is. And even if you want to argue that she haven't seen it, because I'm pretty sure she have. Pretty sure she have seen it. But Sarada also does research as well. Like, she did research on a Sharingan in a library. So it's not illogical to assume. In fact, it's actually the most likely scenario that she actually did research on other stuff as well, and she knows what the Byakugan is. And she said Boruto's eye was Byakugan. So, and obviously it looks like the Byakugan in the manga. Now maybe the manga will eventually show, or maybe the manga will eventually have his Byakugan transform into a Jogan, but for now it seems to be a Byakugan. And the reason I'm talking about that is because at the end of the chapter, Boruto's eye opened, and it was the Byakugan. So yeah, and also what ended up happening was, like I said, Naruto, he was countering and stopping all of Ishiki's moves. They were having a huge taijutsu match, and Naruto was just trying to land as many hits as possible, because each hit he landed decreased Ishiki's life, decreased his life force, or not, decreased his lifespan. And it looked like he was looking at his shadow, and that's how he was measuring how much time he had, regarding like how much time he had to live. Like I said, it went from being 20 hours to being 10 minutes by the end of the chapter. And Ishiki realized that each hit that Naruto landed was decreasing his lifespan. So what he did was he choked Naruto. He basically choke slammed Naruto into the ground, and he started choking him, so he couldn't hit him anymore. And then he did something that I was kind of surprised with. Actually not kind of. I was surprised with it, and I didn't expect this to happen at all. And what he did was he found out that Naruto was using his chakra to connect Kawaki's arm. Now that I think about this, Kawaki's arm was destroyed by Delta. And yeah, Ishiki did see that Kawaki's arm. Oh yeah. So when Ishiki first appeared at Naruto's house before he fought Naruto, well, actually he was in Jigen's body at the time, but before he fought Naruto and Sasuke, I'm pretty sure he said, I gotta do something about this arm of yours, Kawaki, because his arm got messed up, and he had that arm that Naruto gave him. And so maybe he remembered that Kawaki had a messed up arm, and he said he sensed that Naruto was connected to Kawaki. Well, actually, let me see the exact words that he said. Alright. I see that unsightly hand. I'm grateful. Wait, I see that unsightly hand was functioning via your chakra, Hokage. I'm grateful to you. Thanks to that meddlesome link, I was able to detect Kawaki and drag him out here at this late moment. So Ishiki was able to detect Kawaki. He was able to. Yeah, that's really impressive. He was able to detect Kawaki's connection. He was able to detect the fact by fighting Naruto. He was able to detect. I'm assuming he was able to detect that Kawaki was connected to Naruto, or that Naruto's chakra was connected to Kawaki via that arm. So yeah, that's man, I didn't expect that to happen. So what he did was he was able to have a dimension, have a portal pop up where Kawaki he basically was able to drag Kawaki out of the Hidden Leaf Village and bring him into the dimension that they were in via detecting that Naruto's chakra was connected to Kawaki via that arm that Naruto gave Kawaki, that prosthetic arm. So what this is looking like is looking like Kawaki. And by the way, I said this a while ago, a couple chapter reviews ago. I said, yeah, I mean it was pretty obvious that Ishiki was gonna reimplant the Karma Seal on Kawaki. We just didn't know exactly how he was gonna do it. I thought he was gonna return to the Hidden Leaf Village after maybe beating Naruto and Sasuke again. I didn't think he was gonna necessarily kill both of them, but what he did instead was he brought Kawaki to the dimension that they were in, and now it's looking like he's gonna be able to implant the Karma Seal on Kawaki. Now, for all those people who are wondering why doesn't he plant the Karma Seal on Naruto, because I heard some people asking that. Not a lot of people ask that, but I heard some people asking that, and the obvious reason is Naruto's about to die, so obviously he's not gonna do that. So yeah, Kawaki is his best option. Preparing Kawaki as a vessel for a long time. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, this chapter is, like I said, mainly the explanation of Naruto's new transformation, as well as the fight between Naruto and Ishiki. And it's looking like Ishiki is gonna implant the Karma Seal on Kawaki in the next chapter. So obviously that's going to be my prediction for the next chapter. Ishiki will implant the Karma Seal on Kawaki. Well, wait, hold on. We can't forget about the fact that number one, Sasuke is still there, and Boruto has, at the end of the chapter, he activated his Byakugan. Some people are calling out the Jogan. I'm still going to say it's the Byakugan because the Scarlet, wait, is that what it's called? The Scarlet or something like that. The white part of Boruto's eye, you know how everybody has on the side of their eye, the white parts? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's called the Scarlet. So that part of Boruto's eye is still white. It's not gray or black like it is in the anime when he has the Jogan. So obviously it's the Byakugan, and his eye look exactly like the Byakugan. Even like it doesn't have a pupil, etc. It's just all white. His eyes are all white. So yeah, it's the Byakugan. And not unless we get some new information saying that's the Jogan, but for now it's looking like it's the Byakugan. Now I think it will be like very great if they actually finally showed us the powers of the Jogan in the next chapter. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that. Now, well, the interesting thing is, one thing that we should be noting is the fact that there is no horn. Now, granted, we can only see Boruto's, basically we can see his eye and the side of his face, but you can't see his Karma Seal. Like when Momoshiki took control of his body, his Karma Seal was completely taking control of his body, or it took control of the left side, or no, the right side of his body. So basically, the Karma Seal, it went all the way up Boruto's the right side of his face, and then he had a horn on the right side of his head when Momoshiki took control of his body in the Boro fight. That's how Boruto's transformation was. Here, that's not the case. You do not see the Karma Seal at all. So, with that being said, it's not looking like this what's going on with Boruto right now is necessarily being influenced by Momoshiki. In other words, it doesn't seem like Momoshiki is actually taking control, or at the very least, maybe Momoshiki might be taking control. I'm not gonna say for sure he's not taking control of Boruto, because he might very well be taking control of Boruto. It could just be that his eye activated before his Karma Seal did, which that'll be kind of weird because Momoshiki takes control of Boruto via the Karma Seal. He does it by using the Karma Seal because, you know, that's what Otsutsuki used to. That's basically what Momoshiki is linked to Boruto with, and that's how he's going to reincarnate through Boruto's via the Karma Seal. So it's kind of weird, or strange I should say, that Boruto's Byakugan activated before his Karma Seal. Now this could be hinting at maybe this is the Jogan, because in the anime the Jogan activates by itself. It's not linked to the Karma Seal. Like Like during the first arc of the anime, the Academy stuff, his Jogan was activated by itself. But how, like I keep saying, this Boruto's eye does not look like the Jogan in the manga. It doesn't look like the Jogan at all. It just doesn't. It just looks like a regular Byakugan. So, with that being said, I'm still saying it's the Byakugan. Plus, Sarda, she had already said it was the Byakugan. So, I'm still saying this is the Byakugan until we get some more new information. But the fact that it activated by itself without the karma seal, that's definitely, you know, a strange thing, because in the manga we only seen Boruto's dojutsu activate one time, aside from the times, I mean, the flash forward sequence we seen activated then, and it was a Byakugan then, and then we seen it activated in the Boro fight. So this is the third time it's being activated in the manga. Now, with all of that being said, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. The only other stuff that I'm pretty much explained everything that happened in the chapter. I'm gonna give you my rating and my overall opinion of the chapter in a minute. I just want to make sure that I cover the other stuff regarding Naruto's transformation, because that was explained a lot. It was a lot of explaining with Naruto's transformation in this chapter. So oh yeah. So another thing is, Kurama said, listen, don't think about taking him down. Focus only on getting in your attacks, just like a boxer aiming to win by decision. Because it says shave off the rest of his life before ours run out. Yeah, because like I said, each hit Naruto landed was shaving off the lifespan of Ishiki. But also, when I believe this was let me look at the beginning of the chapter, because Kurama said that Naruto needs to not think. Basically, he's kind of like a. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me go back to exactly what he said. So, listen, don't make any unnecessary moves. Even rid yourself of super. Alright, so he's telling him to rid himself of thoughts. Those are the tricks to keep this Botan, Boran mode. So it actually gave the name for the mode. Bar Yan. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing it right. Baryon. Yeah. So basically, he got to rid himself of thought in order to make the mode last as long as possible. That's what Kurama said. Those are the tricks to keeping this Baron mode lasting as long as possible. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered everything with Naruto's new transformation. So just to briefly summarize, this transformation will kill him and Kurama. It's a combination of both of their chakras, but it's outputting a different energy than other forms. Oh yeah, so and also Naruto is thinking like, what's the difference between this transformation and Sage's six paths and his other transformation, Nine Tails chakra mode and stuff like that. And that's something that we were all wondering as well. And basically what it is it outputs a different energy. Nuclear fusion. I'm gonna have to do some research on nuclear energy, because I'm not that familiar with it. I know it's from the sun and stuff like that, but yeah. So now let me get into my thoughts in the overall rating for the episode. So I'm gonna say this was yet again another fantastic, great chapter of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. 10 out of 10 chapter for me. I had no problems. The artwork was good. I noticed no issues with the artwork. The artwork was good throughout the chapter, and the story was good throughout the chapter. Despite the fact that we knew going into this chapter that Naruto was supposed to die, or he was on the verge of death, I was kind of, well, first of all, I was shocked by the ending. I wasn't expecting the ending to end like that, with Ishiki bringing Kawaki out of that dimension. So despite the fact that we went into this chapter already with an idea of what was going to happen regarding, well, at least with Naruto's transformation, a lot of people expected he'll die in this chapter, and he didn't end up dying in this chapter. He most likely is going to die in the next chapter. But yeah, they ended up with a cliffhanger as always, but it was pretty surprising. And the fact that they surprised us yet again was that's a great way to end it with, you know, Kawaki being brought into the dimension. It was great at advancing the plot. I thought Naruto was gonna die in the chapter. That would have been very sad, and he didn't die, so that's actually a good thing because maybe some people out there do want Naruto to die. I don't want him or Sasuke to die at all. So we'll see what happens in the next chapter. I already gave you my little brief predictions. I think the chapter, yeah, like I said, I like the surprise at the end, and it was overall just a well done, great chapter. Like I said, 10 out of 10 chapter, and I'm pretty much just like the chapter overall. I like everything that went down with it. So yeah, and Naruto's new transformation, the explanation of that was great. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on that nuclear energy thing. I'm definitely gonna have to do some research on that. Like I said, I know it's about the sun and the sun, how that outputs a different nuclear energy and stuff like that. I just gotta do a little bit of research because I don't know exactly why that's how. I don't know how he's able to do that with the, like how he's able to, just by him and the nine tail chakra combining, how they're able to output a different energy altogether, because that's never happened throughout Naruto. I don't think I've ever heard anything about them being able to change the type of their, like change the energy of their chakra or have a different chakra energy output or whatever. So that's going to be a thing that I'm going to have to, you know, wrap my head around and do a little bit more research on, because you know that's the thing, that's the only thing that kind of, you know, I wasn't necessarily, well, I kind of was confused, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the chapter down below. Give me your thoughts, your opinions, and your thoughts on this whole transformation of Naruto. But anyways, with that being said, this is a long review. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please like the video, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and turn on that notification bell even if you are already subscribed. And if you're new, please turn on that notification bell to be notified on my future videos. With that being said, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.